So, I was shown some information about dive kicks that I didn't know, so I figured I would relay it to everyone. Its practical applications may not be as abundant, but it certainly does have some uses. So, first we're going to be taking a look at if I neutral jump, light kick, dive kick, let myself land, neutral jump, light kick, dive kick. Take 7 dive kicks in order to hit my opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if I immediately jump, takes 10 dive kicks. But why is this? You can change how dive kicks recover when they land. One of the best ways to show this is to use Ken's stage. My left foot, or Yang's left foot, is behind the line on the stage. We're going to be looking at the can here as the way for judging the distance that things go. So if I dive kick, as you can see, my front heel and leg cover the edge of this can. If I immediately jump again and I land, my leg's nowhere close to being towards the front side of that can. If I crouch, you can now see the front of the can behind my foot. And there are times when my character's in his standing animation where you can actually see space after the can. Now, you can also whiff a button as soon as you land, and you end up further away as well. So what's an example of a practical use? When we dive kick at our opponent like this and we don't crouch, Kara throw is not going to work. Now, if we crouch, Kara throw does work. Sorry, I mistimed the dive kick. So at the same dive kick timing, if you don't quick rise, or if you don't hold down after the fact, or you don't tap down after the fact, then you're going to end up further away. You're not going to end up in Kara throw range. Another example is if we do a standing medium punch and then immediately do a super jump light kick dive kick that's going to whiff in front of our opponent. If we do crouching light kick in this situation, it will not work. If you hold down forward, or if you hold down when you land, you move forward enough that crouching light kick will work. Another example of how this can be used is to avoid throws. Specifically as Yang, it can be very useful for crouching light kick EX Rekka. So in this situation, Ken can throw me. But if I were to crouching light kick when I land, I'm going to land outside of throw range. Because only one crouching light kick is going to be able to hit from the furthest distance possible. This means that this change allows you to go for EX Rekka. If you were to hold down forward here, your opponent is able to throw you because your character moves forward. Now if you were to not do anything, you're out of throw range. So this lets you do target combo into whatever you want, either as a knockdown or as a super. So just like the way that you can use this for throw, Zempo tension may not reach at specific ranges. But if you were to crouch, you can make Zempo tension connect. From this spacing, where our front foot is right behind the can, if we do a neutral jump light kick dive kick, and then hold down, crouching medium kick will actually hit our opponent. If we don't, and we just tap down, and we immediately cancel into the crouching medium kick There's also some other situations where this can be useful. Specifically when you're spacing yourself out with pokes. If you want to go for specific things, like your fastest move that's a low, like crouching light kick into EX Rekka, you're not going to be able to do that after this without holding down. Now if you hold down, it allows you to get into crouching light kick range. But if you cancel your dive kick's recovery with crouching light kick, you're too far away. This is a pattern. In the exact same situation, if we opt to option parry low, as we can see here, we cancel our crouch animation with a stand immediately and we stay at the same spacing, with our foot hovering right around the front of that can. But as soon as we crouch a little bit longer, we end up pushing ourselves forward. Again, using the can, we can show how when you hit or if your opponent blocks, this also applies. I hit Ken from this range with neutral jump, heavy kick, dive kick, and then I go for crouching light kick, light kick. Now, I didn't hold down, so I went for an immediate cancel into the move. And this makes it so that the second light kick doesn't hit. But if you hold down for a split second, this pushes you forward enough for both crouching light kicks to work. So this is applicable in a lot of situations. It's applicable in situations where you know that you want to be one poke away from being outside of throw range from your opponent as well. So in this exact same situation, if I hit my opponent, they're not going to be able to poke me after that first first light kick. So if you're going for EX Rekka, it's better to do it as an immediate cancel at this range, as opposed to a delayed. Because when you do the delayed cancel, you end up staying closer to your opponent. This means that Chun-Li, as an example, or Hugo, is only a slight microstep away from being in Kara throw range, or SPD range. Whereas if you do it as an immediate cancel, it's more than one step. So spacing-wise, you're able to manipulate what and how your opponent can do to combat you. Sure, they can still throw out buttons at certain ranges, but as far as neutralizing throw, this is a great tool. Now, one of the more common situations is crouching light kick, light kick. This can either be done at a close distance or a far distance, and then close standing medium punch. From these distances, if you do an instant cancel of your Zembo tension as you land, you'll cancel the recovery of the dive kick, and you won't be able to throw your opponent. The only way to combat this is by hitting down, or just waiting for yourself to completely land and recover without doing Kara. Now, if you're able to Kara, it should work as well if you're instantly canceling, but that can be quite difficult if your execution is not strong. Taking it one step further, if you were to do a far standing medium punch and then whiff light kick, dive kick, you'll get far standing medium punch. Now, if you were to do this continually, you'll always get the same result. Unless you hold down. This puts you in range for standing medium punch, standing light kick, EX Rekka. So another situation where far normals change into close normals. The same thing happens off of far normals. It allows you to do close standing medium kick. As you can see, without hitting down or holding down, it's now far standing medium kick. But as soon as you tap or hold down, this distance changes. And it allows you to get your close standing medium kick. So this is going to be a very advanced look at how to use this. When you do the correct dive kick into the correct timing as far as your crouching medium kick, you can get your crouching medium kick into Karazembo tension. Very, very difficult. But if you stay too close, the standing medium punch here actually connects against Ken. And if I just do crouching medium kick, as far as the immediate cancel, I'm too far back. So I actually have to either delay and let myself fully recover before I do my crouching medium kick, or I have to down cancel and then do crouching medium kick. I can't full crouch before doing crouching medium kick. If I full crouch, I'm too close, like I already showed. And if I attempt to adjust my spacing by doing forward medium kick when I screw up, then I get far standing medium punch. But when I do things 100% correctly, I end up getting the Karazembo tension the way that I want. And this is 100% reliant on this sort of spacing and this sort of recovery cancel of your dive kick, where if you crouch for too long, or if you cancel your crouching medium kick too quickly, it'll end up not working. This is the very highest end of how this applies. So it may or may not make things more consistent, and it also may or may not make things possible